Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?
Solitus tuo, usuncarum, ungularum, delectatque contremescit me. Intra, intro.
Lonely is the night.
That's a little bit better.
That's better.
Okay, I'll try to talk like this.
You should talk like that the whole pod.
We just watched Feast.
Kind of sing-songy and falsetto.
We just watched the Feast.
I like it.
And I don't know how I feel.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of 13th and Elm. That's right. It's your favorite horror podcast that you have ever listened to, ever. I am Sweet Bill. I'm joined, as always, by Mykel, Rob. What's going on?
It's Friday night. I think we're together to celebrate the crucifixion of Christ.
Yeah.
Yep, that's correct. We are celebrating his crucifixion. We're like, go Romans, whoop whoop.
Yeah, we're real big. We're real big on this particular Friday. Sunday,
Yeah.
it's like a fish show. By Sunday, I'm over it.
Who wants a happy ending?
It's a good Friday. It's a boring Sunday.
Give me weird torture porn and blood play.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
I'm not into ghost stories. Don't give me that.
That's right, folks. That's why you're here, because we watch a movie every week and we talk about that movie and nothing else, unless something comes up like gum, cum, hogs, dogs,
Pogs.
This week's movie was Feast, the 2005 creature feature directed by John Gulager, who hasn't really done anything else. He's apparently just 2 sequels after this, and then Piranha 3DD.
You could say he's done nothing.
Yeah, pretty much nothing.
I think it's Piranha 3 Double D.
Is it 3 double D? Yeah. I mean, I assume, I'm pretty sure that's the one where there's like the titties are the 3D part.
Yep.
Probably
It's
not
got a
even the
great
shark.
cover, honestly. Yeah, it's definitely not the shark in Piranha 3D.
Well, at least
D.
they tell you what's
it could
coming.
be both.
You know.
This is written by Patrick Melton and Marcus Dunstan. They wrote Saw 4 through 6 and Scariest Stories to Tell in the Dark, so they've got some decent horror under their belt. Blah blah blah. I mean, you guys know what it is. It's a vehicle for violence. It's creatures attacking people at a bar and they gotta defend against themselves. It's not new, right? Is it refreshing? Is it exciting? I don't know. Let's talk about it. What do you guys think?
No.
To any of those?
No.
To all of those?
You didn't like it at all.
I wanted to like this movie.
I did too, because it is pretty big in I don't want to say the horror community in general, because I feel like it's not, but
it kind of is.
I feel like it's more cult, people in the gore and shit, but
This is a gross splatter film. That's what this is, right?
well,
Right?
it's supposed to be, right?
Could you even name the most of the cast, their characters?
No, and because I haven't written down, but
you
that's
haven't written down, but I'm saying, do you even know who they are?
No, but that's-
and I don't have it written.
that's
down.
why I
I
like-
watched it days ago.
But do you care?
well, no, and
I
that's
care as much as I'm supposed to.
exactly, and I like that about this is that it is self-aware. They're you're not going to care about these characters, so we're not even going to give them fucking names. We're not going to give them backstories.
Jason Mewes plays himself in this movie.
He's actually, the character's name is Edgy Cat, according to the...
It
I saw
says
that in
Jason Mewes.
I saw that
It
in
says
credits
Jason
too.
Mewes in the freeze frame.
I know, it's like a meta joke, though. His official credit for the character is Edgy Cat.
All I'm saying is that I didn't like this movie, and I hated this movie so much when I first turned it on that I turned it off because I felt like I wasn't going to give it a proper shrift, and I had to watch it again a second time.
I'm curious, when's the last pod movie that you watched in one sitting?
That's not a fair question, and I couldn't tell you. But
Fair enough.
all I'm saying is, like, I watched this movie and they held the freeze frame. Like, what is it? It's who did this first? Was it Good, Bad, and the Ugly or whatever? The kind of like freeze frame,
Possibly.
like, character.
With
It's
like
also
the
a movie you haven't
information.
seen that you need to watch. It's so fucking good. It's a great.
All I'm
movie.
saying is, like, it led with that and it just rubbed me the wrong way. And I got about 25 minutes in and I was like, man, I'll watch this another night.
I like the title card thing, whatever you call them, for the characters, because that's when I was like, okay, this movie knows what it is. It's supposed to be like nonstop violence. We don't care about these characters, so whenever we see them, just throw up their nickname and like their occupation and like
life expectancy.
life expense. Like, yeah, that's
it's funny. Also.
Yeah.
You knew that A, what you were getting into, and B, that it was going to be a horror comedy.
yeah, and I like that because I was like, I don't care, because I knew going into this, I was like, I'm not going to care about these
you don't
characters,
need
so I'm
to.
glad it didn't
But
even attempt to try to make you care.
did you find this movie
You know what I mean?
funny?
Yes.
At parts, yeah. There were some funny parts. If we want to rifle through just to get an idea of like when these names come up, I mean, we got Bozo, Harley Mama, Hot Wheels, Coach, Grandma, Jason Mewes, the beer guy, bartender, Tuffy, vet, boss man, Honey Pie. And then the hero and the heroine.
Yeah.
But I mean, I
New
like
hero.
that because I was like, good. I was like, don't waste time like with backstories because I don't care, because I know going into this it's just supposed to be violence, and we'll get to that. But I mean, the movie starts out, it's just a bar. I'm assuming it's probably in fucking Texas, because if it's got to
They
be
look
like
they're
in
the Southwest. They look there in like maybe New Mexico, Arizona. It doesn't really matter.
yeah,
But they're at some fucking shithole, watering hole that there's nothing else around for miles.
right. Opens at 6 a.m.
Closes
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 Or-
at 6 a.m. Opens at 2 p.m.
2 p. Something.
Yeah.
It's open for a long time.
Like all they're missing is the sort of like swinging doors, with the slats on them. That's all they're
fuck
missing.
yeah.
And like this movie makes me want to watch Dusk Till Dawn because I love that movie.
The slatted salon doors or saloon doors would have not made for a very good or long movie.
I don't
though,
think
right?
it would have made this a better movie. No.
Well, but also it's like a creature
Yeah,
feature.
because it's a creature feature.
chamber film. Like,
Yeah, of course. But there's a setup. You get everyone's story.
Yeah, we meet everybody, get a little bit about them, and then we just get the hero just runs in covered, and this is less than 15 minutes in. The hero runs in covered in blood, and he's like, if you want to live, you'll listen to me right now. And that's when he like gives his little spiel about the creatures and what's going on, and they gotta lock this shit up, but
He's got a creature head. He like brings.
oh
Like a
yeah,
creature
he
head
has
with him.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
he has one with him.
So he's not bullshitting you.
Yeah. And we get his little character card, whatever you want to call it, and his like life expectancy is like, pretty good or like very good, because he's like the hero, and then he comes in and he's like, if I'm alive, like, don't worry, you guys are gonna be safe, blah blah blah, and then he immediately gets
It's like
pulled into a window
at
and
the end of that
decapitated.
sentence, he's
Yeah.
like, "You guys will be fine," and he gets like, his
So
head
like that was funny.
chewed
Like
off.
it was a
Loved
little
it.
goofy, but
Loved
like
it.
that
Yeah.
was funny.
Yeah, no. I there are humorous moments in this movie, but I never laughed, and again, I don't know. I was in like a weird headspace when I started this movie the first time, so it's not against the movie. That's on me, and I watched it
Fair
again,
enough.
and it was good. It's like a good gross, especially like all the vomit, and not just the blood, but the vomit and like all the sex stuff, which we'll get into.
Oh yeah, we will.
hilarious. I laughed out loud most of this movie.
Really?
Yeah. I loved Jason Mewes. He got a good pop from me when they introduced Jason Mewes. I loved even more that he was instantly dead. Didn't
Yeah.
even really have any lines. It's
Just
like,
got his face
we're
ripped
going
off.
to put Jason Mewes in this movie.
Gonna have you lose a
Because-
pool.
Yeah.
I mean, this is executive produced by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck,
Yeah.
which has to be the reason why Jason Mewes is there, because they also do like stuff with Jay and Silent Bob and
So-
Clerks.
I guess they had
Like,
like
not
a
Clerks or
whole
nothing,
like
but-
series, like a
Yeah.
TV or a mini series before this movie came out, all from like Greenlight or whatever it is, their production company.
Yeah.
And so this was the culmination of like a bunch of like kind of off the wall, like I assume horror related stuff, but nothing I've ever seen.
Right.
Well, let's talk about John Gulager. He is the writer-director of the movie, and he is a second-generation talent in Hollywood. His father, Clue
Yeah.
Gulager, plays the
Clue?
bartender. Yeah, his name is Martin, but he goes by Clue Gulager. William
Okay.
Martin Clue Gulager. He is kind of
Kind of looks like Jimmy Carter.
he's kind of a legend of like exploitation, like grindhouse movies and stuff. He all the way back to like the 50s and 60s, he was starring in like westerns. So he's done them with
Yeah.
like John Wayne and Kenny Rogers and a whole bunch of people. But he's also known a lot in the horror community. Recent fans will know him from the Feast series. He's in all three of those. But he's also in Return of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead 3,
Yep.
Uninvited, The Initiation.
He's a genre actor, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's like in some Friday the 13th, or not Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fun. He plays his role well. Not that others don't, but he definitely like kind of hams up, or not even hams up. He just does it well, like the kind of like no shit old man bartender.
And he's got that line that says, "I ain't Billy the Kid," because he played Billy the Kid in
Oh, is
the
that- yeah.
1960s,
Yeah.
whatever.
I liked his earring getting ripped out to pick a lock.
To pick a lock.
That was
Yeah.
great.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, this movie is self-aware and pretty meta and pretty much catering unapologetically to like a, I don't want to sound snooty, but like an audience that knows the genre at least. They're like
Yeah.
genre characters and actors and tropes.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like a smart audience. This is not the fucking the piano or the crying game. This is, fucking Feast.
Just like horror nerds.
Nothing
Yeah.
will be lost on you if you're not like a weird horror nerd, but it's tailored to
Yeah,
Lots of
they
Easter
do.
eggs.
They
Tailored
do.
to people like
yeah,
us.
they poke fun at some obvious horror tropes that is always good, but yeah, like they even like there's the beer guy, and when his card
Judah
comes
Friedland?
up, it's like loser and stoner, probably dying early or
Well,
something like
yeah.
that.
Occupation beer guy, name beer guy. Yeah, he gets infected. It's great.
Dude, that's good.
I wanted him to turn into a monster. That's what I wanted him to do, and I didn't get that.
I was kind of hoping that would happen as well, but
maggots
but
are
yeah,
cool.
in this maggots gross me out. Just like very little things that I'm like, ugh. And maggots is one of them. So this movie got ups for that.
Grossing you out is not an easy thing to accomplish, so anytime it happens, I also give that a thumbs up.
Yeah, it's just maggots.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
So your boy, well, skin rash type stuff.
Yeah.
So your boy comes in, the hero comes in and starts his speech. He gets yoinked out the fucking window, and they are all like, "Oh shit! Like what's
This
going
is
on
real,
outside?" And you got Henry Rollins in the fucking movie. Like he plays
I forgot about it.
motivational speaker.
He
who's
plays the straight man, basically.
This
right?
is great because
yeah,
this is.
Are you gay, bro?
he was pretty like.
I mean,
There was some offensive dialogue in this movie.
there were, but Henry Rollins' character was funny because like they obviously wrote it around him being like,
Henry
like
Rollins.
Henry Rollins, like like a hardcore punk dude. So like they make him a motivational speaker, and like I think he only cusses once. Like he speaks formally, he gives speeches. I mean, he's wearing pink sweatpants
He's
for
wearing
half
pink,
of
like,
it.
juicy sweatpants, but he's also like kind of a scumbag because he's trying to cheat.
He
on
does.
his
He does try to
wife,
cheat on his wife.
like,
Yeah.
before everything goes to shit.
Yeah. But still, like that's. I mean, as long as you know who Henry Rollins and like all that shit is funny.
It is because he is being like exactly like that kind of white collar.
Yeah, because he's
know.
such a fucking badass.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah.
And like
Babe, look at this photo of him. He's a fucking babe.
Oh, yeah. I wish you were gay, boy.
Let me see.
What's it? Oh,
The
yeah.
picture. Him in those pink sweatpants. Oh hell
No.
yeah!
Him in that swimsuit.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
But we get a
kiss it later.
we get a couple deaths actually in this like initial
Yeah.
interaction.
You get the vet.
Vet dies quickly. Who is Treach? You know Treach?
I don't. I was wondering what that meant.
Oh, so Vet is Treach. He's the main rapper in Naughty by Nature, and he has like music with fucking Tupac, like, like he's like a huge name in like the
Yeah, I know
hip-hop.
fucking Treach. I didn't think that was Treach.
That's Treach.
I mean, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So like that's fun.
He's on screen for like
Not
maybe
long.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the hero gets his head eaten off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first. Yeah, that's the first death.
Yeah.
Harley
then,
Mama gets her leg ripped
Her
off.
leg ripped off by the little demon baby.
And like presumably crushed. And this is when Jason Mewes' face gets ripped off. And this is also when I kind of ran into my first issue with this movie, is that like it is very bloody, it is very gory, but like when those things are going on, it happens really fucking fast, and like the camera's not that steady. So it's like I'm trying to pay attention to how people are dying, and it's happening so fucking fast and shaky that I'm like, are they alive? Like, are they dead? Like, I saw some blood fly over there, but like I didn't like. I want to see it.
I remember Jason Mewes dying, and then being like 2 seconds later, be like, "Wait, where's Jason Mewes? Is he dead?" And then they showed the dude with his face ripped off, like just this like bare skin face.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, he had his face ripped off." But I was like, "There's so much going on."
It cuts around a lot, and the camera is not still for the gory moments. Like I don't like pretty much throughout the whole time.
It's like shaky cam for most of it.
Yeah.
Well,
and
it
like
wasn't a
saying-
huge budget. Like they probably tried to mask a lot of this shit. Like it was a decent enough film. It had like 3.6 million.
3.2, I think.
3.2.
Yeah.
And yeah, there were some names like you said. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon were executive producers, as was Wes Craven.
As was Wes Craven, yeah, and like some other fucking piece of shit. But
like you're saying, like Jason Mewes, I was like, wait, is he dead? What happened to him? And the old lady, I like totally forgot about her
Grandma?
for about half the movie, and then she like
That was by design.
They like show her again. I'm like, oh yeah, she's still around. What's she doing? Oh, she's grabbing that bottle and going in the fridge. Okay, cool.
fucking grandma. So
Not that it's important.
That's Aline Ryan, who, I mean, this isn't really important,
She's
but
like a
she's
genre
currently 94 years old. Still putting it around. I mean, she's on a bunch of shit, but she is in 8-Legged Freaks and Benny and June.
Okay.
She still looks good.
I was about to I knew this was gonna come up at some point, but like this is a pretty sexy cast. Like,
Yeah.
arguably, who are the least attractive people in this movie?
Boss Man.
and Grandma, who are honestly like, I'd fuck them both. I think.
I think that you would too.
Over the
Yeah.
child.
Yeah,
Over-
I hate
yeah,
children.
I
Like
fucking-
on top of? Is that what you mean by
Oh
over?
my god! Can we actually get to this? Because
Like
if there's one
fuck
thing
me on your
we-
dead mom's
The kid
body.
getting eaten.
if there's one thing we love here at the pod, it's
Dead
kids
kids.
in movies.
Yeah. Yeah, in in movies. In movies.
Yeah.
But this so Tuffy, he's introduced as like a strong single mom, and he's
Horrible name.
like having sex with Boss Man, but like
She's
doesn't
getting-
want it.
She's getting whored out. What are you talking about? She's
Yeah,
trying to feed her kid.
She's like, here, put
But-
on your headphones, little Johnny, while
yeah.
I go do my meeting with Boss Man.
Oh, and I did like on the card for Cody, it was like reason tax break.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Occupation. Yeah.
That was fucked up. Occupation tax.
And it was
break.
like a life expectancy, a long, full life ahead. And he gets eaten in like 2 minutes.
Which is so good because Tuffy comes downstairs and like learns what's going on, and they're like, "Well, fuck, is anyone upstairs?" And my son is, and he runs up there, and there's like a scary moment where she opens the closet or whatever where she left him and he's not there, and you're like, "Oh my god!" But then you turn around and he's right there, and they embrace, and she's like, "Oh my god, Cody, I'm never gonna leave you alone again. Like, I'm never gonna let anyone hurt you." And then immediately, a creature just grabs him and just fucking eats him right in front of her. Like that
Love it.
shit was great. Like it was funny.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
So
That was a good moment.
Did we get to the part where Eileen Ryan Penn is like Chris and Sean and Michael Penn's mother?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's like Penn. Like Sean Penn's
Yeah.
mother is
Is
grandma.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Because we touched on her name, and I thought that's where you were going with it.
No.
I didn't want to interrupt, but yeah. So that
No, I didn't know that.
little piece of fucking scrimshaw
Trivia.
is, yeah, Sean Penn's mama.
Hmm.
94 years young. Mm.
And the guy that played bartender, he's currently 93.
That's Clu Gulager. Yep.
Clu Gulager, yeah, he's still alive, puttering around.
Say that 5 times fast.
Clu Gulager. Nope.
Nope. You got one. This is also when Beer Guy gets puked on, which
Judah
was
Friedland.
which was fun.
Who you might know
Yeah.
from 30 Rock.
Or
Yeah.
Dave Matthews Band's music videos.
Also that.
No, probably 30 Rock.
Probably 30 Rock.
I can tell you
playing,
I've seen one of those things, and it's not 30 Rock.
Yeah. 30 Rock's great, and you should watch it. It's a great sitcom from 15 years ago. And, yeah.
I love
17
Tracy Morgan. Like, pre-fucking Walmart truck.
Tracy Morgan,
Tracy
Alec
Morgan's
Baldwin,
great.
Tina Fey,
I
Judah
love
Friedland,
Tina Fey. Don't really
Jack
care so much for that
McBrayer.
murderer Alec Baldwin.
Jack McBrayer?
Yeah, what the fuck? No, I don't think Jack Breyer is fucking killed anyone.
Jack McBrayer?
Oh, but you know who is in 30 Rock? No, he's not. That's Veep. Never mind.
All right.
Thomas Middleditch?
No, your boy. He's been hosting like Baby of the Year.
Oh, Richard. Oh,
Richard Pryor.
Fuck, what's his name? It sounds fake. Will Ray.
Nope.
No, that's the guy from.
It's Roy Donk.
Yeah, Roy Donk. That's it.
From the Colgate Hour.
Yeah, exactly. Sam Richardson is his name.
Sam Richardson.
That's who
I
we're
was
trying to
thinking
think
of what's the guy's name in Get Out? His friend in TSA.
Jordan Peele.
No.
It is Anthony
Will
Anderson.
Ray Howard.
Lil Ray Howard, yeah.
Yeah, I got them mixed up for some reason. But yeah, Sam Richardson.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Back
what
to
were
the
we talking
movie.
about? 30 Rock? Someone's in 30 Rock?
Judah Friedland, who's the beer
Yeah,
guy. He gets puked on excessively.
Yeah.
It's a good puke scene.
It's pretty funny. Yeah.
It's voluminous? Voluminous? Whatever that word is.
voluptuous.
Nope, not that one.
Voluminous?
Voluminous.
Voluminous.
Voluminous. It's voluminous. And it's
Voluminescent.
it's gunky.
It's
Like,
funny. I mean,
sticking to him like high quality
Well, he
lube.
did say, he said, spunk me, gunk me.
I think you might have said that. I don't know if he said that.
you said that out loud, and then I think you thought it was in the movie.
I think that's true.
That is true, actually. Fuck.
Yeah.
What would I do without friends like you to remind me who I am?
Fuck.
You would drown in spunk.
But yeah, I mean, this shit was fun. I mean, it reminded me of Scary Movie when they're all puking on each other.
Yes.
And for the Exorcist scene. God, that shit's fucking funny.
And it's like burning him, and he's like, I gotta go to the fucking hospital, man.
Yeah, he's freaking out. I honestly have to say, I'm not a big fan of this guy. He's like kind of annoying. Like I get
Beer
why,
guy? Or
yeah,
Judah Friedland? Or both?
Judah Friedland. I get
Yeah.
why he's like typecast. 'Cause, like he looks like a stoner dude.
Yeah.
So like that, obviously that's why he's cast in these roles, and he's like comedic relief. And like his character ended up being funny, but honestly, a lot of the times he just like he yelled a lot, and it was just like kind of annoying.
I didn't think this
He
movie
yelled a
was
lot.
actually very funny at all. I thought like there were humorous parts of it, and I thought that a lot of it was like written to be funny, but like I didn't find a lot of this movie funny. I thought it was like a gross, gory film. It's like fun to watch for gross, gory stuff and monsters.
I mean, it definitely wasn't like laugh out loud like knee slappers, but
I don't know if I've
enjoyed
ever
a decent
experienced a
amount of humor.
legitimate knee slapper in my life.
You haven't lived.
You never slapped your knee.
Nothing
to,
has made me
I
go,
think you should
hot
leave.
dog!
Well,
No.
I mean, yeah, of course, because you're not like a 50s
Hot dog.
caricature of a human. But like you never like, watch something and like you fucking slapping your knee and,
Maybe
hand or testicles.
You should try it. It's fun. It feels fun.
you slap your knees when you laugh sometimes?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a good time.
Dang, I feel like
then
I'm
do like
worked
a
up.
spit take.
It's like pretty cathartic.
I need catharsis right now in
Yeah.
my life.
Like get like a big like seltzer bottle, pour yourself some seltzer water, and then do a spit take.
Yeah. Spit take.
Yep.
I think I caused a spit take earlier today, actually, or almost.
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 A Hallmark hour. Colgate
Speaking of Hallmark hours, is really we were.
Happy Passover, everybody.
I hope it.
That's some of
fucking
my real
passes.
good talking. This is where we get that all important scene of Honey Pie washing the blood off of her.
How
Which I think
hot
was put-
bloody honey pie?
Oh my
Bloody
god!
pie.
I knew this was gonna come up
Dude, you cover an attractive person
with blood.
man, woman, female, in blood,
Llama.
and I'm
Llama.
instantly, dude. Cusco. Cusco's poison. The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
Cusco's poison?
Yeah.
I don't know.
My Spanish puffs.
Yeah, you. I agree with you. Blood is like glasses.
Just makes people
Yeah,
hotter.
blood is kind of like glasses for me.
What are you guys saying?
Like if you're fuck, dude, how many times has this come up where it's like, oh yeah, the
If
person's
you're
like
attractive and you add glasses and or blood to them, they
Gallons
become
of blood?
more attractive.
like, dude, okay,
Is this
ATJ
a-
and the witch.
Is this a
It's
hard
science.
rule?
It's a science.
Kind of is, yeah, actually.
It's a science.
Jenny Wade, who plays Honey Pie, shout out Eugene, Oregon. What's up, my girl? She's born and raised in Eugene.
I actually saw that she was from there, and I thought about putting that in there, and I was like, if
You know
he
I'm going
knows,
to.
he'll bring it up.
Yeah, dude, come
He
on.
knew.
Yeah,
Absolutely, shout it out. You know, I'm proud of my fucking hometown, and to know that she got covered in blood and just looked good doing it. I mean, how could you not look good covered in blood?
It's hard too.
We were watching Hellraiser before this, just like in the background, and
I
like
guess be old if you're old
Frank,
and covered in blood.
Frank's not young and he's covered in blood, and
What
that's
about-
fucking that's
what
the
about,
best
like-
he looks in the movie is
What
when he's
about
covered in blood.
X? What
True.
about like the
True.
old lady covered in blood?
That's the hottest she looked in the movie.
Yeah, it was a fucking marked improvement.
Ty West, if you're listening,
Okay,
More
fine.
blood.
Point proven. Blood hot. Got it.
blood hot.
You were the one sitting here like, ooh, I just like some blood play, Mr. Fucking Vampire Boy. Don't sit here and try to. Don't make us feel weird. When you're the one,
Vampire
like, you
Boy.
fucking blood sucking freak, looking at me like that. Who are you trying to hide? What are you trying to hide? What are you trying to hide?
Okay,
trying to hide?
that's clearly a joke. Not into blood play. Not my thing. But you know,
Why would you
that's
joke
fine.
Okay, yeah, don't fucking
Yeah.
play with our emotions.
Because I'm a pervert, right? Okay, I get it.
Okay,
What?
I'm a pervert. All right, so like whatever. It has nothing to do with
I'm
who you are.
Spartacus.
Like I'm fucking Spartacus. God, Kirk Douglas lived a million fucking years
Oh,
too.
God.
That dude died at like
What
103.
about Kirk Cameron?
Should we do an in memoriam real quick?
Do you think Kirk Cameron's gonna die on today and come back Sunday?
I think he'll live to be 103.
I bet he's fucking explaining to some kid about bananas and fucking intelligent design right now.
God, love intelligent design.
You should see my butt.
Back to the film. So after this, we gotta lock this place down montage, which we've seen
I do love a montage.
in any movie.
Yeah, you got, like,
boarding up windows and doors. Yeah.
making Molotov cocktails,
Pushing fucking armoires in front of doorways and shit.
Yeah, grandma was suspiciously absent. Yeah, things are going on. They are prepping that bar.
And like 7 people have died.
Also, Bossman's got
like
his,
half
foot
of the
shut off.
cast.
Oh
yeah, through the ceiling by
That
accident.
was funny. Y'all didn't laugh at that. You got shot in the
No.
foot twice.
What was the second time?
It was like the same shit. Like he comes down the stairs and has a
Gets
gun.
shot in the foot again?
Yeah,
I don't know if I
I
might have
remember
missed the
that,
second
yeah.
time.
I might be making it up. I don't think I did, but
Maybe.
now that I'm listening to y'all talk, I'm stupid.
It might be possible you made that up.
But there's a creature still in the bar at this point, stuck
baby
in
demon.
stuck in the ice box.
Yes.
And Boss Man takes out some shots, and it's obvious that it's hurt. And then it reaches out and grabs him in the dick, which I was
They're, like,
hoping for a dick
super
rip off.
sexual, right? Because when the
They're
little
horny.
one,
These monsters are horny. We'll get
That's
there.
so funny. But when the little one comes into the bar initially, he looks up at like
Oh, yeah, he
the mount.
humps.
Fucking the mounted deer
Oh, I
head.
forgot about that.
He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
humps the fuck out of it. He's just jackhammering More like Jack
Also,
Rabbiting.
I think he like comes and gets distracted and then gets shot.
It falls into the cooler.
Yeah.
It's like a chest freezer that they fucking
Oh, is
shut
that how he
in.
ended up in the freezer?
Yeah,
He
because he
comes and falls in.
Comes
and
and gets fucking shot and then
Yeah, these
falls
are-
in the freezer.
Yeah, this is definitely like the hornier creatures I've seen.
Oh, we keep making eye contact, baby.
I mean, outside of this room.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they do kill one. They open it up and they shotgun him. And this is when Henry Rollins' character has a really great idea to put the dead thing on one of the pool cues and stick it out the
It's like a
window.
fucking pike, and he's like
Trying to
just
scare
He's
the
like,
other
"Oh, we
ones
need to
away."
be alphas. We need to show them that we're not afraid.
And then that doesn't really fucking work.
No.
No.
They're pissed because they find
Papa
out it's a
Monster
family. It's
eats it.
Yeah, Papa Monster, Mama Monster, and the baby monster, which they've killed. So there's 2 others out there.
And they're big. And
they're
this is like
big.
the first time we see them is when the baby gets pulled off the pole cue and we kind of see the bigger ones in the parking lot.
They're a little obstructed. They're in dim light and stuff.
Yeah,
but
but it's
I mean,
like the most we've seen them.
they're
to
like the
this
size of a
point.
fucking Toyota Camry.
They're big, yeah.
They're
big.
large. Are they Wendigos? We don't know.
We don't know.
They have like antler. I mean, not antler. Like weird like cow skulls.
I think an
but they're
Wendigo
just
is what you
but they're
get.
just wearing those.
But they like eat people. They're like cannibals.
But if it was, I think a Wendigo is what you get if you let that little monster fuck that elk deer
okay,
to
did they
like,
have glowing
alive.
hearts? We don't know.
Yeah.
They might have.
They might have.
Were they meth addicts? We're not sure. But they do eat that baby, I think, and then
The dead
Immediately
baby.
gestate
then-
it
and then
Fuck.
and then like push out another live baby.
No, it's like
Immediately.
it's like a fucking
little sack.
It's like a placenta with like 3 babies in it. Because like 3 heads pop out.
I think that's pretty medically accurate. Like maybe
This
not
movie
100%.
is 100.
I
No,
think-
it's
yeah, it's 95% medically accurate.
Yeah, because
yeah,
like
Human
I'm-
Centipede is the only one I know of that's 100% medically accurate.
That's debatable.
It's on the cover of the movie, you
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
That's true. I don't want to be rude, but you're being a fucking idiot.
I feel like
it
it would
says it on the
It
movie.
could be false advertising, I feel like.
No, because that's
you
illegal.
can't put it on the
That's
cover
illegal.
if it's not real.
You know what? That's sound advice.
But this is when this is when they realize, oh shit, it's a family and we just killed their baby. But yeah, it was funny. One of them, I forget who says it, but they're like, oh, they're doing it doggy style.
Yes.
I think that's the brother of the Hot Wheels character.
Bozo?
Oh, Bozo.
Yeah, Bozo.
So Bozo's like the main character.
It's like kind of hot.
Bozo's hot?
Really?
Who is he?
It's
Is that-
Balthazar Getty.
Oh yeah, what the fuck is that
Paul
name?
Balthazar Getty.
Yeah, and he's not really in anything else.
No, he's just like a member of the Getty family, which is like Getty Images, I believe. Right? Like they're
Yeah,
like
they
super.
own the stock
No, but like
image
really,
company.
like he's like really like wealthy from a really wealthy family.
I mean, he was.
I
I mean,
mean,
he was pretty good
His
in this.
first
Like, he
name
was pretty
is
funny.
Balthazar, and he's not a brown guy. Like, yeah, he's wealthy.
True.
Yeah, it's one of the
Yeah,
three kings.
Petroleum industry heir. Getty family is of Scott-Irish ancestry. And some other boring
Yeah.
fucking facts, but yeah.
Well, I like how he ended up wanting to spend his time, which was play Bozo in this movie,
Balthazar.
which he does well.
Melchior Gaspar.
Methuselah.
No, Methuselah? Methuselah?
No, it's Balthazar, but it's Methuselah.
Methuselah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like Zathura.
Well, Methuselah and Bathsheba, they were. kings of
Dude, shout out to
Sheba.
Bathsheba.
Shout out.
Back to the movie.
Yeah.
So at this point, I don't think we talked about the introduction of the heroine.
She's the
She
she's
comes
the
in-
husband. She's the wife of the hero.
Well, we don't know.
No, she is, because that's her husband. And she comes in and is like looking for her husband, and he got his head eaten off, and she takes over with a shotgun and some sweet like judo moves.
Yeah, she got moves.
She got moves.
She got moves.
And then she gives the only really backstory, and I don't even know if it's really a backstory, but of course they're like, how did you know about this? Like, what's going on? What do you guys think of like the grainy footage.
Did not like that.
I did not like it either, really.
I didn't care enough to not like it. I was fucking highly entertained. Like, this movie was funny. There was gore. There was stupid tropes that were dismissible but fucking fun characters. Like, it was exactly what it was supposed to be. It was like a 4-minute, like, oh, we were in a car and we hit Grandpa Monster.
I agree with that, but like, just give me the normal flashback.
I mean,
like I did. Like,
it
why
doesn't
make
be
it
like in a
weird and grainy?
Weird way.
Because it's fucking dumb.
It is dumb. But I
Yeah, and
like,
I guess maybe they like did that on purpose to make.
They
fun of,
definitely
like, kinda
didn't do it
shit.
on accident.
I like lore. I like lore, and like I don't need it for this movie, but
That's also like that's not even really like
Well, there's 2
lore
other movies, too. Who
yeah.
knows? There's 2 other movies.
I
We
don't
don't know
need
where
to
it's
watch
going.
those.
But like,
I
it
will
doesn't have to
absolutely
do.
be watching them.
It doesn't
Not
have to do
anytime
with the
soon.
history of the creatures. Like, it's just like, oh, we hit one with a car after dropping our daughter off, and now they're after us. You know, and then it's just like whatever. And
I've seen a lot of movies with a lot less plot, and even when they do give it to you, it's like a lot more dumb.
I agree.
This was
I
like
agree.
this was like, sure, okay, keep going, and they did. They promptly resumed.
Yeah. We get back to beer guy. He's freaking out because he's been vomited on for like a full minute, and
He's, like,
covered
lost
in
an eye.
maggots, and yeah, he
he got
just
his eye
looks
pulled out,
he
right?
just looks bad. Yeah. Yeah, he goes on like a weird rant and peeks out the window and gets his fucking eye ripped off. But right before that, they do poke fun at like another horror trope, which is like very prominent in like creature features and like haunting movies, where it's like the protagonists in the film end up finding an old person that has the information that they need to defeat whatever. And in this movie, it's Bozo yelling at grandma and just being like, you're old, like, I know you have information, like, what do you know? And
That's
that was
hilarious.
Yeah, no, that was like one of the funnier parts to me. Is it just
She's like,
him?
I don't know anything, and then she just like exposition dump.
Like, yeah, yeah, no, that shit was funny. And then we see a little bit of something moving under beer guy's skin, which was like never really explored again, which was kind of a disappointment, because I kind of thought something cool was going to come out of that. We see like a little bug, like some mummy type shit under his arm.
Mummy bummy.
And I was looking forward to like a little creature growing inside of him and busting out of him or something, and we didn't get that. But I did like, I mean, you know, I like that body gore, so just him looking worse and worse, and then yeah, right after Bozo's done yelling at grandma, he peeks through and gets his eye ripped out, which was pretty good.
it was good. It stretched for a long time.
Yeah, like it wasn't Elle doing Elle getting a quick flick from Uma Thurman. This was a grab and a pull.
And he
It was
is
like starting a lawnmower. It was
Oh,
there was
yeah.
an extended pulling of this.
he is in the second one, so who knows if he turns into a monster or something. Who knows if the second
Yeah,
one
also-
picks up like immediately afterwards, like Hatchet, you know, it's like the same night.
Also,
Yeah.
Harley Mama is in the second one, which does not make
Doesn't she
sense.
explode?
Yes.
Yeah, but she's Biker Queen in the second one. Is her
Oh, I
name.
didn't know that.
So she's just like reprised a
That's
similar role.
also the actress is the director's wife,
Okay.
Oh, good for them.
which is fun.
sounded
So
rude.
it's like it did. So like the bartender's the director's dad, and the biker chick is director's wife. Little fun little thing, but
Yeah, they did the montage. They like board up everything, and then what? They try to like.
there's like a
lure them?
radio.
Oh yeah, try to
there's
get
a
the
radio
radio
upstairs, and they split up, and some go upstairs and some go downstairs to get supplies. The Bozo and the bartender and coach go upstairs to try to get the radio. And Tuffy and the heroine go downstairs. And this is a good part. This is when we finally get some hog talk going with that monster cock.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
the
That's
fucking
pretty
wiener
good.
in the door. The show was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Flop-
they shut the door
Flopping
and
around, and then the guy in the wheelchair just like going around in
Hot Wheels.
circles. Hot Wheels. Yeah.
who is a person, a man.
Yeah.
Hold on, what is he from?
Who, Hot Wheels?
Yeah, he's in.
Is he in
Hasbro.
Things?
No.
No, he's not in Things.
Hold on, give me a second. Oh, he's in Austin Powers Goldmember and Sex Drive. He's like in like a lot of comedy stuff. But I was wondering because I thought he looked familiar the whole time, and it ended up being because he's from Sex Drive, which is like not a good
I've actually
movie,
never seen
but I've seen
that.
it.
Isn't
What?
oh man, who plays
And I do forget that the guy I was saying I didn't like is in Wet Hot American Summer, and he is good in that.
okay. Isn't Seth Green in Sex Drive or whatever? And he's like the Amish guy that fixes it at the end.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the movie then. It is bad.
It's bad, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do. Yeah, they stop. They get stranded in like an Amish community, and that's when they have Rumspringer.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I don't
And
know.
I think
anything about
I think Fallout Boy plays.
yeah, Fall Out Boys plays at Rumspringer. Yeah. Not this movie, but also a
No.
bad movie.
Man, that does sound fucking horrible.
It's bad.
It's bad. So where are we? Yeah, the monster cock gets stuck in the door, and they cut it off, and they're like, oh, they can't reproduce. That's a good
Henry
step.
gives another speech about how they can't reproduce, and we've got one more thing on them. And then I think Bozo S is like, "Are you gay, dude?"
Yeah, he just goes, dude, are you gay? After that speech, I mean, he's a dick the whole time, but let's see. Yeah, this is just like more in between shit between attacks because they kind of, come in waves. But Beer Guy wakes up again, which I thought he was dead.
Yes.
He's looking dead.
He looks dead. He looks like a fucking zombie.
Does
He
it look
looks
good?
gross.
Is it healing?
Yeah, he shows Honey
Pie.
Pie his injury and is like, does it look better? And it makes her
Yeah.
vomit.
She goes to the sink to throw up.
That was funny. And then we figure out what we got to do to kill these guys so that we can run out to go. They figure out that this isn't going to work. They got to go get the truck.
Yeah, they're breaking down the walls. If they don't leave, they're all going to die. So they have to devise a plan to trick them to get to the truck and all leave.
Yeah, like a tractor trailer, like a fucking 53-foot van. Like
It's a Coors Light.
Yeah, it's the beer.
Refrigerated
Yeah,
truck.
it's like the
Yeah.
beer guy's delivery truck or whatever. So they devise this plan, which is pretty much taking one of the bodies and making it into a bomb.
they're like
with
stuff it.
with hairspray bottles.
Yeah,
And then using that so one of them grabs it and it explodes to create a distraction.
it's
and then
like
someone
if they
else
want to
runs
eat
to
us,
the truck.
let's feed them or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they're hungry. We'll feed them.
And then use those barrels like Donkey Kong.
That was so
Yes.
fucking stupid and so good. Loved that.
So the body they decide to grab is the Harley Mama.
Harley Mama.
And they make her into a bomb, and they're upstairs at the bar. This is Bozo and Boss Man are up there.
Yes.
Yeah, they're like throw her out of the attic and like
And
dangle her up.
she wakes up.
Yep, she's not dead.
And
They
they
think
like,
she's dead. It's a dead body.
Yeah.
yeah. And like they have this moment where Bozo, even though he's like the dickbag, he's like, she's alive. Like, we can't do this. And Boss Man kind of just like puts his gun on him and is like, no, like she's fucking dead. And if you say anything about this, like, blah, 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 whatever. So even though she's alive, they end up still, shoving her out and doing the plan, and she explodes, which was good. Like, I liked this.
But before she explodes,
Okay.
the little one goes to eat her, and then he like
Oh, he fucks her.
pounces on her and like rapes
Fucks her face.
Rapes her in the mouth, which was I'd already seen monster sex, but I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Also, this whole, I know you said you like this, and I'm not saying this is bad, but I didn't like this because you have this part where she like just wakes up all of a sudden despite having her whole leg chopped off and of like bleeding out for an hour. Like, she's fucking dead. I don't care what kind of tourniquet she tied with her fucking bandana. So she should be dead. But she's not. She wakes up just enough time to be then murdered. Enough for them to like argue about whether they should kill her or not. And then immediately after that, what's her name? Heroine like is banging at the door and they don't let her in because beer guy's like freaking out and has the gun. And then she jumps upstairs and accidentally gets shot. And they're like, oh, we both got a secret. It's like, really?
I like that.
Really?
I mean, I did enjoy that irony, as in they were literally fighting over killing someone that was innocent, and immediately after that, Bozo turns and shoots the heroine and is like, "Fuck!" And then they just push her. They just push her out of the window, so she gets eaten, and then they're kind of like, "All right, I guess we're even."
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
I kind of liked it. I love accidental deaths in horror.
It just seems like
in movies.
In
seems
movies.
like they made her like alive just to do that exchange.
They no,
That's
absolutely
fine.
did. That's
know.
perfect.
Okay.
That's fine. And then Tuffy becomes heroine number 2. Even gets like her own new character card, and it's like life expectancy. Hopefully better than heroine
The last
1.
one.
I love that she
whatever.
was like actually coping really well with the death of her child.
Yeah.
It's fucking funny.
Yeah, and then what happens? The boss man is just like laying on the ground and gets eaten like from underneath.
He gets
they like come up from the
arm through his
floorboards.
chest. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But they're gonna do the barrel plan with them busting through the
With
door.
like empty kegs or full kegs,
and
whatever.
then,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
the waitress like hides in one of the barrels.
Yes.
Yeah, so she can get
Honey
to,
pie.
so that she can get to the
Well, first-
the truck.
Well, the first distraction of Harley Mama exploding was so Henry Rollins could make it to the car,
Yeah.
but he doesn't make it, and we find that out
He's used
from
as a battering
he's used
ram
as a battering ram.
by the monsters, which is like, what? Why were they just
So this
eating him?
movie wasn't funny. You've been laughing the whole review.
I never said it wasn't
I
funny.
said it wasn't funny.
Yeah. But I thought that was a pretty great death for Henry Rollins. Was you kind of open out, and it's the first time he cusses as you see him getting rammed, and he just goes, "This is bullshit."
He also says he doesn't believe in guns, and then
Oh,
the bartender's like, "This isn't time for a political statement."
And he's got the machete.
He's like,
This
"It
is
doesn't
this
run
ain't gonna
out of
run out of
ammo."
bullets or whatever. Yeah, but Henry Rollins being used as a battering ram was fucking funny. And then they have the ladder set up to roll all the barrels out at them. Then Honey Pie pops out of one of them.
Yep.
And they don't notice, and she makes it to the truck. The plane worked. They're like, holy shit, I can't believe she made it. But then, of course, like the truck isn't starting.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, start. And then it starts, and she just peels out.
She just drives away. Like, wait, is she fucking leaving?
She just leaves.
Yeah.
And I thought that was funny too, because she's definitely like supposed to be like the innocent, like of most of the people there, you wouldn't expect her to be the one to just be like, fuck everybody, I'm saving myself.
I love that.
But she does. She just leaves. And that's the last we get of her. She's just gone. And then this leaves the creatures pretty much like full reign of coming in, because I mean at this point like that wall is broken down. And this is, I guess, like the first time we see the real creature, because one of them kind of rips off. They've been kind of wearing like these
Animal
weird like
skulls.
gowns with the animal skulls, and he rips it off to reveal the design. And like it was cool. It wasn't like anything crazy. It was just kind of a big alien looking motherfucker. Like it wasn't, I mean, you know what I mean? No, like
Yeah.
it wasn't like an impressive creature
it wasn't
design.
unimpressive, but it wasn't like
No, like-
unique or original or
Yeah, like it
standout.
honestly kind of
kinda
looked like a Wendigo, like in like the body, but not like the head. The
Nah.
head was just like an alien head with huge teeth.
They're gross. They're kind of like Carnage, you know? I don't know if you...
Yeah.
Yeah, like Marvel Comics, whatever. But, yeah, just like gross, exposed flesh and no eyes and lots of sharp teeth.
Yeah.
And then this is where fucking beer guy finally dies. And he's looking so bad. I mean, he's moving and talking like a zombie. And at this point, he's like slowly walking across the bar trying to light a Molotov cocktail, and ends up face to face with this creature who just pops his head like a bullet.
Oh, yeah. Smashes
Very
it.
quickly,
Yeah,
yeah.
boxes his ears. Yeah.
Yep. And then it's just like, oh, all right, that's him.
It was
And
great.
He's done.
It was great. I was ready for him to die when he died. I was ready for him to die a half hour before he died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he was dead.
I thought he'd transform into a
Like
monster
3
and
times.
try to attack them, which would be way better. But and then the heroine like fucking deep fists one of the monsters.
Oh yeah, she like
The
kills
ship
it by,
was
like
Kind
faced
of
fucking with the
badass,
fucking-
actually. Yeah.
And you think like these things are scavengers, like they've got like some rank stomach acid. Like I wouldn't be shoving my arm that deep, but do you, hun?
Yeah, they're like they have one like pinned under a door, and she just beats its face with the
All the
butt of like
teeth?
a shotgun and
Yeah.
knocks out all of its teeth, and then shoves her fist down its throat and chokes it to death.
To like shoulder length, like it's
Oh yeah,
it's
she got in there.
deep. And like rips something out. She like pulls out, and she's got like some ganglia in her hand.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that was. And like in the midst of this, bartender dies.
Yeah,
which
he
I
has
kind
a
of feel
heart
like
attack,
he.
and then gets like.
I don't know
his
if he's
throat-
actually having a
He has-
heart attack. He's freaking out, and Bozo's like, "Are you having a fucking heart attack, you
fucking
old
kidding
man?"
me?
Like,
And then he gets his
I don't
throat
think he
slashed.
actually is.
I think he is.
You think he is?
I think
I thought he
gets his
was.
throat
Oh,
slashed,
okay.
Yeah.
But then he gets bit or cut in the throat or whatever and died. And I don't know. I think he deserved a better death because I was kind of like, oh, he's dead.
They said brutally killed in 70 minutes.
It was.
Yeah,
I checked the
and
time at both stamps.
That was the one that was exactly. I think it was the only one that was like exactly correct.
Yeah. And does anyone else die at this point? I think it's just brother Bozo
no, the
and heroin, right?
beer guy is possibly the last person to die. Hot Wheels gets himself a kill with the bear trap.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then after that weird fucking throat kill
It was hot.
and bartender's death, like the sun starts to come up, and
Yep.
so it's coming through, and that's when you're like, okay, this is
Nearing.
nearing the end. And like what survivors we have: Bozo, his brother Hot Wheels, Tuffy,
It's a
and then
horrible
maybe
name.
Grandma, but we haven't seen Grandma in a while, so like we don't know at this point.
And the daughter that they're gonna go get.
Charlie, yeah,
Charlie.
but fuck. I mean,
Yeah,
she's
but we don't
not
even
in it.
know that she is real. Like we don't ever see her.
Yeah, and we don't care about her.
I don't.
But they leave in Bozo's car, and it's like obviously movie ending music, and then his car dies,
Yeah.
It's funny.
which was
But
kind
I
of
wish
funny.
it would have stayed dead.
Yeah, I thought it
like
was
they
gonna stay dead.
Pushed
and
it and got it going, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I kind of thought I was like, oh, like, are more of them gonna die? Is this how they set up Feast 2? Like, I wasn't sure, but they ended up just getting it to start, and of course the music continued played, and like it was kind of funny. It's kind of dumb, playing on that trope of, the protagonists finally leave and the car doesn't start. Like, we see that all the time. And then we get the credits, and then a little scene in between.
Grandma comes out.
So we finally see Grandma coming out of.
Oh, there's a post-credit scene.
Yeah, it wasn't like
It was-
after all the credits.
It's
It
like
was
6 seconds after the credits started.
Oh, I definitely turned it off immediately.
Yeah, Grandma comes out of the walk-in cooler.
Oh,
So-
cool. Yeah.
so it shows Grandma coming out. And one of and there's a creature still there that like lunges at her, and then it goes back to credits.
And then you don't.
Okay.
It doesn't give you what happens after that.
Okay.
Exactly.
Good.
So, I mean, it's hard to imagine a scenario where Grandma lives because she's old and by herself, and the creature lunges at her. But we don't know. That's why I was like,
Feeble.
that's why we don't know if she's like a survivor or not. But I mean, that's the film.
It's a movie.
That's a movie.
Rob hated it, huh?
Rob fucking hated it. Shocker. No.
You strongly disliked it? Was that fair? Or?
I wasn't crazy about this movie.
It wasn't exactly what I wanted. It was still funny, but I mean, my main issue was like when I went, like, if you're gonna give me gore, like, let me see it, like, let me know what's going on, and like
Be
I said,
interested
like a
about it.
lot of these kills and like creature stuff, like it happens so fast, and I'm like I found myself having to go back 30 seconds like multiple times because I'm like, did they like just die? Like whose blood was that? Like what just happened? So I guess that's like cinematography or whatever. It, like wasn't my favorite, but there was a lot of gore, which was solid. I mean, fuck, who was it? Tuffy knocking all of its teeth out and doing that was kind of goofy, but like it was cool. And Beer Guy getting his eye all the way ripped out was good.
Jason
And
Mewes getting his fucking face skinned off
Jason
and
Mewes
then
getting his
looking
face
at
skinned off
his like,
immediately.
yeah, dude, yeah,
was funny. Hero getting his head chewed off immediately through the window was good, and it was funny.
biker mama getting blown up was good.
Yeah, like that was like relatively dark.
Yeah,
Like that whole scene, I mean, it was probably the darkest part of the movie because it was.
the kid getting killed like in front of his fucking mother who just made a promise that she's always going to protect him.
That was funny. I mean, they purposely made that funny. Like,
Yes,
I think
but
if I remember, like when the
it's
monster
a horror
pukes afterwards,
comedy.
she also like pukes up one of his shoes.
Yeah,
The creature. That shit was funny. It reminded
that.
me of was it Futurama? I think Bender's in love with that robot, and it's like I will never forget you, like I will always love you, and then it goes memory deleted. Like it kind of reminded me of that. But overall, this was solid. I think it might be getting a little bit more love than it deserves, but I mean, I enjoyed it. There was solid gore. I wish I saw more of it and slower. It was funny. The ending, I mean, it wasn't like the happiest ending, but still, like, if they all died, I would have preferred it, or if there was even, one survivor, that would have been better. Or if they go to fucking save Charlie and they kill her by accident or something, I don't know. More death.
She's already dead. Yeah,
She's already dead, and then the grief makes them all kill each other or some shit. I don't fucking know. But I guess some of them have to live for the sequels or whatever. But overall, I enjoyed this. I don't know if I'd watch it again, but I would recommend it to certain people. I'll give it a 72.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about this movie. I don't have any major problems with it. Like it's what it.
yes.
Yes, you get me. It is what it is. It's a B movie. It's like a modern B movie. It's not a crazy budget, and yeah, like you're saying, Bill, a lot of like the kills, I just wish they were focused and like there's a more extended scenes, and the creature design is good enough. Like they're gross. They're like wet and have no eyes and lots of teeth, and
They were wet mouth.
they were very wet mouth.
Yeah, points for that.
Which is always a good point.
I love a good horror wet mouth.
But I don't know, like if you described this movie to me and before I'd seen it, you're like, oh, it's like a gross splatter film. Henry Rollins, Jason Mewes is in it, Judah Friedland, like it's everything you want. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm all about this. But for whatever reason, sitting down and watching it, I just felt like there was some charm or something that was lacking, and I got no real substance on that. Just didn't grab me. But it's good if you like Dusk Till Dawn and like even not comedic stuff, like even more serious things like Green Room or like things where people are kind of barricading themselves in a location to stave off. Even some of the Evil Dead movies are kind of like this. Yeah. But overall, like, it was decent, but I probably wouldn't watch it again, or I wouldn't watch it again in a long time. So, like a 60.
Okay. It's not too bad.
I really like this movie. Actually, I was entertained. I've definitely watched this again. This is like exactly what I want for like October background popcorn movie. Like, I'm gonna get laughs. I'm gonna look up and see good kills. I'm going to enjoy it. This movie was a riot. I really was pumped. And like you said, something that's just like wasn't like charming to me. This movie was like all charm. Like everything, like all the little tropes and everything spoke to me. About the time that you were turning it off, I was like, I fucking love this movie. Like all these little dumb title cards was like Jason Mewes, actor, life expectancy well past that already. It's like, dude, and that's like right after his heroin overdose, like when he fucking almost died, and like I think he actually did clinically die and like come back, and yeah, and he wasn't even in it. Like, you know what I mean? When I first saw, I was like, what? They got Jay in this movie? And then like before that thought was even done, really, like he's dead.
gone.
And I was like, exactly what I needed from Jason Mewes in this movie. Because honestly, if Jay's in the movie, it's fucking Jay, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't. It's so hard to put Jason Mewes in a movie and not have him be Jay. You ever see Zach and Miri make a porno? Yeah, Jay's
Jay.
in that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it's like, so just long enough to like satiate the fanboy in me, and then immediately like give me a kill, and you're like, oh man, I wish you. Actually, no, that was perfect. Like I just got to fucking
That's
see
funny.
Jay die. Like,
yeah.
These horny little fucking creatures made me laugh more than they should have. There was lots of blood and puke and maggots and bile, and just like it was a slimy, splattery, gross fucking movie with like horror fanatic Easter eggs, and it was quick and it was self-aware, and it scratched my itch, man. I like this movie a lot. I'll give it an 82.
Damn.
This movie was fucking a lot of fun, and I thought we were
It
all
was.
gonna come back and be like, "Oh man, this is so much fun!" Like this was great. This was a lot of fun.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm glad you liked it.
I'll definitely.
What did you
watch it.
rate Dead Alive?
Oh, like 93.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the best version of this movie.
Yeah, I was about to. I was about to ask. I was like, which would you rather have on the background of a party, like this or Dead Alive?
I'm not putting Dead Alive on in the background. I'm sitting down and watching. Like, you know,
Everybody,
there's-
shut up and watch this movie.
yeah, it's like Dead Alive is. I might have to say my most favorite, my most favorite movie that we've done for the pod, or even that we've watched together since we've been doing this horror movie shit. It's like
Since the beginning,
yeah, it's like Tammy and The Thing
which we
and
haven't
Dead
done.
Alive.
Should we just do a pod on Tammy?
Is that the second movie tonight?
You wish.
The screener
So do
copy. Oh my
No,
god.
we're saving that for sleepover times.
13th and Elm, like Elmers. If you haven't seen Tammy and the T-Rex with Paul
Turn
Walker,
this
and
episode
Denise,
off right
Yes.
now
And
and
watch
watch
that
it.
movie.
It's so
'Cause it's
good.
amazing.
It's insane.
So you guys probably saw this too. It's not like I had to dig deep for this. This is like IMDb trivia bullshit. But 2 possible things that could have happened, and just want your opinions of if you think it would have made the movie better or worse. So there was an O.J. Simpson cameo that got cut.
I saw that. Yeah.
Better or worse?
Way
I'm
better.
gonna have to say better, because how the fuck
Just
do
how
they write O.J. Simpson into this?
How dated is
Like,
that? Like,
I
come
feel
on.
like 2 years after this, because this like was filmed 2005. I feel like 2 years after this, he had another incident, like a big incident, where he was like trying to steal.
He stole
back,
stuff, but yeah.
in Vegas or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, so it would have been really good actually, because it was like it's O.J. Simpson and like not that far. I mean, I don't know if you grew up in the 90s, like O.J. Simpson is a huge landmark. But
Yeah,
like
the
also if you
juice.
grew up in like the 70s, like O.J. Simpson's a landmark. And then recent after this movie came out, like there was another
He's-
big O.J. Simpson landmark, and it's
yeah,
just
he
like
is like relevant in pop culture again, kind of,
Yeah, and
because
then-
of his like crazy tweets and videos and shit.
well, then
so.
you know you go another 10, 11 years after that would have come out, then you get like The People versus O.J. Simpson, like
Yeah.
so it's like I feel like even if you don't know or you weren't there or you might not be that informed, it's like he's one of those dudes. He like transcends his football shit. He
Mhm.
transcends even like the court cases and like the murder trial, because you know there's a lot of younger people, 20 years old today, that know who he is just based off of memes and like Twitter and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
It would have given it a little bit of
honestly.
oh shit, O.J. Simpson's in this movie.
I think it would have been really fucking funny, because I mean, if it's a cameo, he's playing himself. Like, there has to be a story of why he's at this random bar at this time, which I can't even imagine what that would have been.
Maybe he plays like
But-
some sort of drifter and he's like all shifty and on the
Oh,
run, and
could
then
you
it pans
imagine-
out and there's like a white
I was gonna
Bronco
say a
in the
white
fucking-
Bronco in the parking lot.
Dude,
Yes.
that'd be fucking
God,
like
see, that
holy
would've been
shit.
so
so
good.
good. and he like leaves a glove on the bar.
Oh my god.
They could have done a lot with it.
it.
Like everyone's like, "Did you recognize him?" And he's like, "No, I gotta
think
get
he
out of
would
here. I
agree
gotta go."
to do
He's
that?
like,
But like
Yes.
also like OJ has
yes, I do think he would have done that.
like
If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
We're not
That's
gonna.
true. That's a true fact.
We won't talk about this a lot, but I mean, because of Teacher's Lounge, right? Like OJ Simpson is like feels like a comedic character to me.
He is.
How often like they talk about him and stuff. So
OJ!
I really would have loved that. So that was the first one. The other thing was because they executive produced it, there were talks and. Bozo and Hot Wheels was almost played by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
That would have been
Better or worse.
hilarious.
Oh
I
man,
feel
that
like
would
that
have
would
been
have been
better.
amazing,
I
right?
mean, do you like Dogma? Like 'cause that's
Yes.
what I'm imagining is Ben Affleck's character in Dogma.
Yeah, and I think I mean, first of all, they have amazing chemistry. They're both like can be serious and really fucking funny.
They
like
definitely fucked.
they,
You think so?
you think
Oh
so?
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's so hot to me.
But yeah, I mean that would have been. I mean, if
If they
If
fucked.
Who would have been
Bozo-
who? I think
if-
Bozo has to be Ben Affleck, right? And Matt Damon is Hot Wheels.
No,
honestly, I
I'd
think it
see
could
the
be
other way
either.
around.
I think it could.
actually.
I would not. I would be
So
so.
I'm firm
happy
in one
with
camp,
both.
you're firm in
I
the other
think- I
camp,
think-
and you're like
both.
either.
I think Ben plays the invalid. Yeah.
But like, okay, so like, let's take that though, because between Bozo and Hot Wheels, I had to argue that Bozo is the invalid. Like Hot Wheels is like the smarter, like more capable character. It's just unfortunate that he's crippled.
That's what I'm saying. Ben plays him.
Oh, what did they have on his title card? There was like, they don't kill the cripple, right?
Yeah,
Or something.
exactly.
And of course, he's one of the ones that live.
Yeah. So you're saying it's fucking Matt Damon
Yeah, it's Matt
as
Damon
Bozo.
as Bozo.
I could see
I
that.
could see that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would
Because
not
he does
like
like the
both.
Jason Bourne shit, right? So he's
Yeah.
all like action hero-y.
But he's also like an airhead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he plays a Bozo.
So if we got Matt and Ben, and then OJ,
And O.J. Simpson.
how good would this movie would have been?
It would be on par with Tammy. That's how good it would
Oh
be.
my god!
I don't know
that's-
about
dude,
that,
Come on.
but it would be really. It would have been a lot better.
I
But-
tell you, if that fucking little demon would have grabbed his fucking dick
I
like
thought
the
he was gonna
beginning
rip his
of
dick
Tammy,
off.
and they just have a cock grabbing stand up,
Oh
like
man,
that last, the whole movie.
the
God,
whole movie.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Mykel, I
fuck.
think you're hosting next week.
I
Yeah,
sure
what are we
am.
watching?
Are we watching a movie?
We sure are.
Do you know which one?
I sure do.
What is it?
I've been thinking about this all day. What are we watching?
Yeah, that's such a weird thing to me. It's like I'd ask you to guess, but it's not even like you were thinking of it because of a hint or something. You've just been thinking about it all day.
Is this that Willie Nelson song? Always on my mind.
It's a 1979 movie that
Okay.
I'm.
Country of origin.
I've never
It's-
seen that one.
It's a Canadian filmmaker. And it's an American movie.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Can you be?
It would be so obvious.
As in, we are watching blank this week.
Yeah. It's we're gonna be watching 1979 David Cronenberg's The Brood.
Okay.
I don't know this. The Brood?
The Brood.
BRUDE?
Nope. BROOD.
Oh, okay. I do know this. Well, I know of it. now.
Psychological body horror film.
Oh, cool. I don't know
Egg-headed
anything
babies.
about this. Are there dead babies?
Big-headed babies.
Oh, big-headed babies.
I think there might be some dead babies. So this movie, I'm excited for. It's kind of like a family horror. Maybe get some like Ari Aster aspects of it. It's about like
Like family fucking?
maybe
Mm.
it's plot follows a man and his mentally ill ex-wife, and it's he goes to like a psychiatrist, and there's like some controversial therapy techniques, and then it's like kind
Okay.
of like a breakup horror.
Interesting.
Sounds like Ari Aster.
Yeah, I think there's some kid violation, but might be, I don't know. I didn't like that. I said it's
very gross. Kid violations. Ugh.
That's a grindcore band.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, yeah.
Cool.
Cronenberg. We've
Yeah,
been watching
we've
some
ta-
of his shit, and because I don't think any of us had really watched much of his.
Yeah, we found out how embarrassing that was that 3 self-proclaimed big horror fans have not seen like any Cronenberg.
But that's not true anymore. Now we've seen this small handful, and we're going to add to the tally.
And we're adding to it. Yep. Cool.
So, yeah.
Fuck yeah. I know nothing about that, so I'm excited to go in blind. All I know is that there's kid violation and...
It's like one of his first, I think. I think maybe Rabid came out before
What
him.
year did you say? 79?
79. Yeah.
Right on.
So it's like before Scanners, before Videodrome.
What's it streaming on? Shout out.
Oh,
Are
let's
they-
give a big shout out to HBO Max.
HBO Max.
I think they need our money, right?
They're one of our sponsors.
They'll take it.
They will take it.
They are one of our sponsors, although I haven't gotten my newest subscription renewal, free subscription renewal. I thought that was supposed to come
I
through.
got the coffee mug and stickers.
We'll send them an email.
Yeah, send them an email.
I was just going to call H. Bob Fuck.
Keep going.
H Bob fuck?
H. Bob Fuck, if you're listening, say bye to G. Bob Mac. All right, let's wrap it up. I'm running out of shit. There's too much shit.
There's too much shit. Any closing remarks? Any takebacks?
Yeah, if you're celebrating Easter this Sunday,
Go fuck yourself.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yam potato.
Yeah. Pull up with us, watch 2 films. Come on, watch 2 films. If you scared, don't come over here. 13 M. 13 M. 13 M.